Hey everybody, Brian back with you here at the Horror Experience. I tried to do a live a little earlier. I'm still learning how to do all of that, and so I think I got it figured out. Um, I didn't really leave it up long enough to get anybody, so it was just good for practice. So I may try again tomorrow. We'll see. And I'll leave it up longer, but it's hard to think up stuff to just sit there and ramble about, while you're waiting for somebody to come in. Maybe it's easier to just wait till somebody pops up and then try to go in. But anyway, somebody asked me earlier, and then I also saw a video regarding the Sleepaway Camp films, and somebody asked me if I had all of them. Well, I do to an extent. I don't have the fourth film known as Sleepaway Camp the Survivor, which was a film that was done in 92, or started in 92. And sadly, the company known as Double Helix that was producing the film, or the production company, Double Helix, went bankrupt, and unfortunately the film had to stop. And so they stopped right in the middle, and later on it was, they got about 34 minutes plus a trailer finished, and that was it. And it got released in its unfinished form, 34 minutes worth, on the, I think Best Buy did the Red Cross edition, or the survival kit that had all four of the films there. I never got that one. They did re-release it in 2012 in a completed form, which I think was about 70 minutes or 75 minutes or something like that. It was a little over an hour's worth of material, but it was basically what they did is they had the first 34 minutes, and then they took footage from the first three films. The one that was done by Robert, was it Hiltsack? Yeah, Hiltsack. And also the Michael Simpson films. He was the one who did 2 and 3. And just took footage from those and put it in there. So there was no real, except for the first 34 minutes, there really wasn't anything new about it. So I just never got it. And besides, there's a few people that are selling them on eBay, and a few people selling it on Amazon. But it's just like, it's like over $100 now because it's completely out of print. Actually, that survival kit is out of print. But I do have the other films, yes. My favorites were, of course, the Robert Hiltsack and the Michael Simpson. So I went ahead and just got those and left it at that. But starting off with 1983, Sleepaway Camp, the original on DVD. And I really enjoyed this movie. This movie took some risks, that's for sure, with Felicia Rose, which really made for an interesting movie, especially the ending, as everybody remembers. I mean, if you're a horror fan, I don't care what kind of a horror fan you are, if you don't know anything about Sleepaway Camp, then I don't know what to tell you. But this was just good stuff. But yeah, 1983 Sleepaway Camp. It's basically about a girl who is actually a boy, who's basically made to look like a girl, and he and her brother go to this summer camp, and she just ends up murdering every people there, and it's really it's a lot of fun. And then the ending is just jaw dropping. It really is. And then Robert left the whole thing, and there wasn't anything until 1988 when they finally came out with Sleepaway Camp 2. Felicia Rose left the whole thing, and then we bring in a new Angela Baker, and of course, as you know, that was Pamela Springsteen, who was Bruce Springsteen's daughter, or excuse me, sister. I think it was sister, right? I should know this, but I think it was his sister. A lot of people always ask, is she related to Bruce Springsteen? Yes, she was. And yes, Sleepaway Camp 2. Lots of fun. More of a comedic deal here. This was called Unhappy Campers. But yeah, they brought in a more of a comical style of filmmaking here, more of a horror comedy, but it still had the gore and the fun, and it was just really weird. And I love how they kind of pay tribute to Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. I'm assuming they must have asked if that was okay, and yeah, obviously. And then in the next year, Michael Simpson came back and did Sleepaway Camp 3. Now these ones, Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, are getting kind of hard to find. 3 is out of print, I know that. I haven't looked it up to see how expensive it is, but I think it's like $50 or something like that now. So it is getting kind of getting harder and harder to find. And 3 was, it was called Teenage Wasteland. It's a lot of fun. Again, with Pamela Springsteen. And a lot of good kills and all that. Just goofy ass kills, you know. And the same thing with 2. But both of these are getting hard to find. I think they are out of print. A lot of people think that was it, besides the 4th movie that really never got completed. And to be honest with you, it's still really not completed, because all they did was take sections from the first 3 movies and put it in there to accompany the first 32 or 34 minutes of the actual production. So it was a really nothing there as far as I'm concerned. But there is a return to Sleepaway Camp. Believe it or not, I found this at Blockbuster and just bought it because I knew it wasn't going to be around long. And yes, it's out of print. And this was done again by Robert Tiltzik, and he came back and he brought Felicia back in, and she comes back, and then you have what's his name, he passed away the same year this was released. This came out in 2008. It was actually, they started production on it in 2003, and Robert was dissatisfied with the product, and so it sat around for 5 years, and in 2008 he went ahead and finished, and something to do with some digital effects that he was dissatisfied with, and he said, well, we'll go back in. I don't know if it was a money issue or what, why there was so much of a weight on it. Robert really never did a whole lot of stuff, but I don't know what was going on. I don't know what happened. But anyway, there was a 5-year time where this just got shelved, and he was unhappy with some digital effects. I don't know if it was blood or gore or what, but something he didn't like, and so they went back in and retouched it up, and then released it straight to video in 2008. But anyway, when it was released, this gentleman here, who I should know his name, was it Isaac Hayes? Yeah, Isaac Hayes came back. Well, he in 2003, his role was there in this movie, and he was in the original too, I think. Which is weird because when you look him up, they don't show the Sleepaway Camp films on Wikipedia. I don't know why. It's got all of his other movies, but and he was mostly into music and stuff, but the Sleepaway Camp movies are not there. But anyway, he passed away in 2008 of a stroke, sadly, at a young age too. I think he was in his 60s or something, 60s or 70s. I don't remember. But anyway, so he did return for a return to Sleepaway Camp. This was a fun movie. If you've never seen it, I suggest you watch it. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but Felicia Rose does return in this, and it's a kicker because you don't realize, you're like, well, where the hell is she? Throughout the whole movie, and then you find out who she really was throughout the whole movie. She's actually disguised throughout the movie, and it really throws you because they did a good job of disguising her. It doesn't even look like her at all. And then when it all comes out, it's like, holy shit. So definitely check this movie out. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere or not, but finding this on DVD or anything is pretty tough now. But and it's also about $50, I think. But anyway, yeah, the Sleepaway Camp movies were fun. The only one I don't have is the incomplete fourth one, which, even though they say they completed it, to me, taking footage from the other movies, from the first three movies, and putting it in there is not completed to me. That's just, you're just rewatching the same movies again. You're seeing the same things. I have never seen it, so maybe it's fine. I don't know, but it just sounds incomplete to me, so I never bought it. I should have picked up that damn Best Buy limited edition survival kit thing, that Red Cross survival kit thing that they released years ago, but because now it's like $200 for that used. So, but anyway, yeah, the Sleepaway Camp movies, what a fun ride these were. And yes, I do have them in my collection. Of course, I have everything, pretty much. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. So anything that you can think of, I can guarantee I probably have it. Most everything that was a franchise I own. Almost everything. Okay, that's about it. That's all I had. I am currently watching Pet Sematary 2, which I loved. It's one of my favorite. During my live stream, somebody had asked me on another platform what my favorite horror movie is, and one of my favorite horror movies, is Pet Sematary 2. I love the first one, don't get me wrong, but it didn't do much for me. I just, the book was probably more interesting than the movie. The movie was, a kid gets hit by a truck. He's not going to just be a blue kid walking around. He's going to be a mess. And that to me was a little, I don't know, just seemed a little unbelievable to me. It just, but the second movie was great. I just loved it. I love the, Clancy Brown was superb in this. I love the whole setup of it. I love the soundtrack with the Ramones and some other kind of punk rock stuff. But hey, it was a great movie, and I really enjoyed it. It was directed by also by Mary Lambert, who did the original, I think. Didn't she do the original too? Yeah. Yep. She did the original too. So yeah, I love these. And then of course you have the reboot that I got on 4K. I should have got these on Blu-ray, but I just never did. I figured, you know, why do I need to keep rebuying everything? Once you have it, you have it. You know, I don't need it. I don't need to see everybody's mole and everybody's, you know, every little thing. You know, I don't need it. It just doesn't. It just doesn't matter to me that much. But if it is available on 4K, I will pick it up. But I don't even remember this. I need to watch it again. I think I've only watched it once since I brought it home. But yeah, I love Pet Sematary, but I love 2 the most. That was my favorite. Just everything about it was just great. Clancy Brown was he just played a really good dead guy, you know, and I love the dog. The dead dog in it was great. It was scary, you know. The music was creepy, that, you know, just ghostly stuff. All right, folks. Thanks again for joining me. I'll go ahead and upload this, and tomorrow I may try and do another live. I don't know. Sitting around, waiting around for somebody to come in is just, to me, it's just like waiting for grass to grow. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing lives or not. We'll see. I may just record it and leave it at that. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.